Hello, and welcome to Module 1, Recommended Weight Gain and Nutritional Needs During Pregnancy, presented by me, Victoria Luetta, a registered and licensed dietitian in Texas. Healthy weight gain during pregnancy can look different for different people. Depending on a woman's pre-pregnancy BMI, she may be expected to gain different amounts of weight throughout pregnancy. A woman who is underweight or has a BMI of 18.5 or below should expect to gain about 28 to 40 pounds throughout her pregnancy. Little to no weight gain is seen in the first trimesters for many women, but 1 to 1.3 pounds per week may be seen in second and third trimesters. A woman of normal weight with a BMI of 18.5 to 24.9 prior to pregnancy should be expected to gain about 25 to 35 pounds throughout pregnancy, which is kind of the standard. This is about 0.8 to 1 pound per week in the second and third trimesters. And a woman who is overweight with a BMI of 25 to 29.9 prior to pregnancy should gain about 15 to 25 pounds or 0.5 to 0.7 pounds per week in her second and third trimesters. An obese woman with a BMI of 30 or above prior to pregnancy should gain about 11 to 20 pounds or 0.4 to 0.5 pounds per week in the second and third trimesters. Now, moms carrying twins, triplets, or more babies will be expected to gain more weight depending on the number of babies they're carrying. So where does this weight go? About 7.5 pounds goes to the baby, 1.5 pounds goes to the placenta, 2 pounds goes to the uterus, 2 pounds to amniotic fluid, 2 pounds to breast tissue, 4 pounds to blood, 4 pounds to body fluids, and 7 pounds to maternal fat stores. This equals to about 30 pounds, which is right in that sweet spot of what we would recommend for a mom who had a normal BMI prior to pregnancy. Now, not gaining enough weight during pregnancy can cause moms to deliver a baby prematurely and or one with a low or very low birth weight. Babies born to mothers who gain 20 pounds or less are often considered small for gestational age, meaning they were malnourished during pregnancy and may have even experienced intrauterine growth restriction. Some babies born too small may have a hard time with breastfeeding, may be more likely to get sick, and may experience delays in their development. However, gaining too much weight during pregnancy may lead to an increased risk for pregnancy-associated hypertension, including preeclampsia and eclampsia, gestational diabetes, complications during labor and delivery, postpartum weight retention, and an increased risk for unsuccessful breastfeeding. These moms tend to deliver a baby who is large for gestational age, which can add to delivery complications, result in a C-section, and lead to childhood obesity. It can also increase the amount of weight they hold on to after pregnancy, which can lead to a higher weight status in subsequent pregnancies, creating a cycle of risk, lead to obesity and other chronic medical conditions like type 2 diabetes, cancer, cardiovascular disease, and mental health issues. Moderate intensity physical activity such as brisk walking keeps the heart and lungs healthy during and after pregnancy. Physical activity can also help improve mood throughout pregnancy and after birth. To support healthy pregnancy and healthy pregnancy weight gain, most women should do at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic physical activity per week, which is about 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of brisk walking. It is best to spread this activity out throughout the week, and if moms have any concern about their abilities to engage in physical activity, they should consult their doctor. Women who already do vigorous intensity aerobic physical activity, such as running, can continue doing so during and after their pregnancy. I'm eating for two. We've all heard this phrase. However, it is a myth that during pregnancy, women need to eat double the amount of food they are used to eating prior to pregnancy. In fact, no increase in caloric intake is needed during the first trimester, and only an additional 340 calories is needed per day during the second trimester, and an additional 452 calories per day during the third trimester. This is equivalent to about 1 to 2 small snacks per day, in addition to their normal dietary pattern. These are some examples of some snack ideas that moms can include in their daily routine to meet those additional needs during the second and third trimesters. So some 340 calorie snacks look like a cup of small grapes, 2 boiled eggs, and 14 wheat thin crackers, or 1 small apple, 2 tablespoons peanut butter, and 4 Triscuit crackers. During the third trimester, 452 calories looks like a cup of cottage cheese, a cup of mango, and 3 cups of popcorn, or 2 slices of whole wheat bread, 2 tablespoons peanut butter, 1 medium banana, and a teaspoon of honey drizzled on top. So as you can see, they do not need a ton of extra food throughout pregnancy. A healthy eating plan looks like dividing the plate into different portions. Half of the plate should be filled with things that are rich in antioxidants and different nutrients such as fruits and vegetables. We can think of this as filling half of the plate with something of color. Then 1/4 of the plate should be dedicated to something high in protein such as baked chicken or a grilled fish. And then 1/4 of the plate should be dedicated to some type of carbohydrate, preferably something that is high in whole grain and fiber. Lastly, we would want to include something from the dairy food group, such as a glass of milk, to make sure moms are getting enough calcium in their diet. To highlight some nutrients needed during pregnancy, we'll focus on protein, which is important to help build muscles and organs, and it can be found in meat, chicken, fish, eggs, beans, nuts, dairy, soy milk, and tofu. Fiber, which helps keep bowel movements regular. Constipation is definitely an issue for pregnant moms, and this can be found in fruits, vegetables, beans, and whole grains. Then we have folic acid. This is super important to prevent birth defects such as spina bifida, and can be found in things like beans, spinach, asparagus, orange juice, fortified grains, and cereals. Many women may even take folic acid if they're planning on getting pregnant but aren't pregnant yet. Iron is important to help build healthy blood and can be found in meat, fortified cereals, and beans. And calcium is important to help build strong bones and teeth, and is found in foods like dairy, dark leafy green vegetables, or calcium-fortified soy milk, tofu, and orange juice. While it is best to get nutrients from whole foods, a prenatal vitamin is usually recommended for most women. But again, if you have any questions, you should consult your primary care doctor. So how this food is split up throughout the day, we have the different food groups here listed on the left-hand side. For someone in their first trimester, they should eat about 2 cups of fruit, 2.5 cups of vegetables, 6 ounces of grains, 5.5 ounces of protein foods, and 3 cups of dairy. This is just a standard though. As we saw earlier, moms may need more or less depending on their pre-pregnancy weight. In the second and third trimesters, we noticed that the amount of fruits and dairy stays relatively the same. However, there are slight increases in vegetables from 2.5 cups to 3 cups, grains from 6 ounces to 8 ounces, and protein foods from 5.5 to 6.5 ounces. And examples of serving sizes are listed here on the right-hand side. You can pause the video at this moment if you'd like some time to continue looking at this chart. But this concludes our lesson on recommended weight gain during pregnancy and nutritional needs throughout pregnancy.